First tonight, a man from Edgecomb accused of killing his girlfriend's 3-year-old daughter was back in court today. Tyler Witham-Jordan was charged with murdering Makinzlee Handrahan on Christmas morning in 2022. According to court documents, the child died from blunt force trauma. Witham-Jordan pleaded not guilty earlier this year, but investigators now say they found his DNA on the little girl's fingertips. News Center Maine's Ryan Wooten has the latest.
About the only thing that we agree with in this case is that there was a homicide. This young girl did not die by an accident.
Defense attorney Jim Hawanick and state prosecutors debated in the courtroom Tuesday, going back and forth about what evidence the judge should allow to be presented during the trial before jurors, who will determine whether Tyler Witham-Jordan is guilty or innocent in the murder of 3-year-old Makinzlee Handrahan.
She was brutally and savagely murdered.
The medical examiner previously determined the child died from blunt force trauma. Hawanick says the tragedy itself is not disputable, but he believes the evidence the state plans to use to prove that Witham-Jordan committed the murder is not enough.
But they have absolutely no evidence that this guy committed this crime. They have no evidence. There's no witness. There's no incriminating statements. There's no snitches at the jail coming forward.
Hawanick suggests that Witham-Jordan and the victim's mother were the only adults in the home at the time of the murder. He alludes the victim's mother was struggling with her mental health and could be responsible for her own child's murder. Hawanick filed motions to subpoena her medical records and to exclude Witham-Jordan's DNA evidence from the case. Those requests were heavily criticized by the prosecution.
We heard from Detective Moritz in those reports that Faith's DNA was not found on that hairbrush. It was not found on that diaper. It was not found on under her fingernails. So that certainly is relevant as well, where the defendant is pursuing an alternative suspect theory.
Ultimately, the judge rejected the request to subpoena records and the request to exclude DNA. The trial is expected to begin in the next 2 months. In Wisconsin, Ryan Wooten, News Center Maine.